this video is the part of the lab on the third page of the lab called Erosion and Deposition of Sediments. Now, streams erode sediment by down cutting and by lateral erosion. So we're going to look at the streams that feed into Lake C and see if we can see any of this. Now, carefully note where sediment is being eroded, where sediment is being transported, and where it's being deposited. So the first question is the stream down cutting? And we'll zoom in a little bit. You can see where there are steep sides, where you can see the streams are cutting into the sides of the valleys that make up the stream table. So the stream is down cutting. Is it cutting laterally? Do you see places where it is meandering across the plane there? Does it happen more toward the top or toward the bottom of the stream? If we zoom in on the stream here, we can see that it is moving a little bit of sediment. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. And you can see that the sediment that's moving is generally moving along the bottom of the riverbed. And so what we want to do is answer, do we think it's suspended load or bed load? Suspended load would be a very, very cloudy river. You wouldn't be able to see the bottom. Bed load is something that's being bounced along the bottom of the stream. The other question is it competent to erode gravel? So competence has to do with the largest size that it can carry. Is it actually moving things that are gravel sized? Gravel size is larger than 2 centimeters, so we'll zoom back out a little bit. This is pretty zoomed in. The answer is probably no, although it looks like there might be a little piece of gravel that is moving along the bottom. Now, if we look up to farther upstream, we can see that there are some curves in the river. Those curves are called meanders. And in the meanders, so the sinuous curves there, they are called meanders. As the stream cuts down here, that's called the cut bank. And this part forming here that is coming out, or over here, is called the point bar. Are there point bars forming? It sure looks like there are point bars forming. Are they on the inside or the outside bank of the meander? Do you think that the velocity is higher or lower on the inside or the outside of the meander? And let's zoom in a little bit. You can actually see where the velocity is higher. You can get this zoomed in. You can see where sediment is moving and where it's not moving. So if velocity is high on the outside of the meander, what is causing the point bars to form? We'll zoom back out. What we'd like you to do next is to sketch a stream, the meandering part of the stream, and make sure you label the cut bank, the point bar, and the floodplain. And the floodplain is anything between the cut banks where it would be flooded when the river rises. So take a few moments, pause the video, take a few moments to sketch in the space provided a meandering stream with 2 meanders, 2 point bars, 2 cut banks, and then label the floodplain. And also indicate where the erosion and deposition are happening. Now, the ultimate base level for every stream is the ocean, but every stream also often has a local base level. And that local base level, for example, the Fox River has a local base level around here, which is Lake Winnebago. It also has a local base level in other places where it comes into a lake. So if we had to suggest what the local base level for these streams are, what would you say the local base level is based on your map? So what happens when the sediment reaches Lake C, which is the larger lake down here? So what is happening to the sediment here? This formation is called a delta when the sediment begins to be deposited at the stream's mouth. Why do you think that sediment is deposited at a stream's mouth? You can zoom in a little over here and see the nice delta forming there. You can also zoom in down here and see that delta forming. So why is sediment deposited at the stream mouth? Well, it's because what happens to velocity? What happens to the stream's competence at the stream's mouth? So your next job is to make a sketch of the delta that's forming in Lake C, and you can label the channels, any channels that you see, and any deposits. So this is a good delta to try to sketch. I'm sorry that there is quite a bit of reflection there. We can try to zoom in over there a little bit more. Let's see if we can get in over there and get a little bit better view of the delta. And I'll try to get rid of some of that scum that's on there. Find a good spot for her. Make a nice little sketch of that particular area. You can pause the video to make your sketch, and then you'll be finished with